silence him, though, is the problem, because he can activate it manually unless he's silenced and broken. But the thing about Doom is he does both those things. So as long as he's got his finger on the trigger, it's not a problem with the Viper.
Yeah, I was just saying Hex is counts as silence, right? So if
that's
Hex
true. Yeah,
I was
just thinking about the shaker.
And then you just give him the finger.
All right, Brian, final thoughts?
I really like VP as a team. Well, obviously, no surprise based on their record. I think their pace is going to be way too fast. I think they addressed the fact that the opponent team had no map mobility in the early game, and they picked Doom last. So I don't think that changed anything, and I think VP is going to cruise.
All right. Final thoughts from you both?
I think if this Doom in the mid lane gets a good start, fades drum, BKB, forces VP to react and doesn't allow them to set up at objectives, I see them scaling quite nicely. But of course, VP, the better team, better execution. If they get the ball rolling, and then
could definitely run into difficulties if they start making too many mistakes. But it looks like it could work if they're able to play fast and just keep that pressure going. I love the clockwork too versus majority of these heroes, except for Morphling. I feel like this is a very nice clockwork game. I see 4 heroes that you can really punish. VP immediately getting on the aggression, and they will be able to spot this high ground ward. We saw Save, he walks toward the tower, they take a tower hit, 100% certain that there's a ward on the high ground there now. They'll be able to get a D ward, they're scouting out these lanes so they can get, and so they can pick and choose how they do want to set it up at the start.
And I mean, sort of, what reason is there for VP going for carry Abaddon? Like, what is it, do you think, that in their mind this hero is going to be able to achieve that, you know, they're sort of seeing an opportunity with compared to a majority of teams who wouldn't run this hero in the carry position? I mean, hey, most wouldn't run this hero at all.
I honestly am not too certain. I think it's just something that might be coming up in the CIS region, because I've been seeing this hero get picked up a lot from these players. I've been seeing it mid. You know, Iceberg played it a couple times too.
Sure.
I'm just seeing it on the rise. Maybe I think they just, I like it. I think they just think it's good. Maybe it works well with Coddle. One problem with Abaddon can be that you're immobile. You have Coddle to bring you around, so you can actually move around and park yourself in different places. I don't know. I'm curious about it. I'm wondering if it's going to work. I think they could lose this game if they start to play slow at all, if they start to make 2 mistakes, because you see Morphling Shaker on the other side, you see Doom Viper. Like, there's some crazy scaling on the side of no techies.
I mean, and as sort of as Cap was talking about, you know, the fact that there is that way of playing around the Abaddon, if they're able to sort of combo the Hex from the Lion with the break of the Viper, that they can make sure that ult is essentially redundant. Do you think in the reality of a Dota 2 game, we're going to see that play out, or do you think it's going to be very hard for no techies to get Nightfall in that position?
I think it'll be pretty hard for no techies to get it until they get to the point where they have blink daggers.
Sure.
Which I think that's going to start coming around like the 15-20 minute mark, something like that. But I think VP, they want to be way ahead at that point. Like, they want to already be like knocking on tier 2s, maybe even have a Roche advantage, something like that. They want to be really dictating the pace. They don't want to give the opportunity to techies to get that. Because if they do, then obviously, yeah, you know, they're going to get these blink Hexes, Fingers, just full CC the Abaddon. But yeah, I don't think VP's looking to play that type of point. And I think that's why they finished up the draft.
Yeah.
The Puck. Even though it's into Lion and Earthshaker, traditional very good heroes versus it, they want this hero that jumps in, gets into the faces, and now they have multiple forms of initiation. Awkward Pop, Nature's Prophet TPing in the back, lots of different ways to surround and lots of mobility.
Yeah, and a hero that you feel, you know, Puck is going to lane fine against the Doom. I mean, is this an easy lane for anybody, or?
Easy lane for Puck.
Easy lane for Puck,
so,
Doom. Yep.
Yeah, Doom's gonna get his farm to Doom, but you just hit him, and Puck is able to just get free farm, and you're at no risk of ever dying. You can actually kill the Doom if he makes a mistake.
Strive harder next time.
At the moment, in that mid lane matchup, a few more denies out from the Puck so far. We've got going up on top. DM.
Radiant's top tower
Against the 4-1 from Crystallize, so nobody really getting quick farm up here. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of pushing one another away from the wave here with aggression and support.
Yeah, a lot of battling. C-Save is just non-stop trying to stop the pull from Solo. Solo might be able to get it this time. He does. That's a big pull that they just get there. Techies for the Morphling, because once Morphling gets level 3, as we know, he's able to solidify that farm, especially versus a hero like Nature's Prophet. Clockwork and Nature's Prophet can actually press the Morphling too hard. Or can get thrown very easily.
Bottom lane, Nightfall. A lot of damage. You're going to be able to run this down.
Got 15 move speed.
He does. Zayas has got his boots. Nightfall, he wants to commit for this. They're going to have a bit of a blast in. Or can he get the denied to H? It's not quite. There's Nightfall. First blood for him. And I just saw sort of a glimpse of what his plans are this game. So that the face boost is Radiance.
Okay, cool. It's probably the best carry build that you can go for an Abaddon. Like, what else would you really like to get, right? You either go for like anti-carry or you go for your own.
I mean,
so the one he goes for his own carry.
The only thing about this though is you know, we sort of opened the panel. It sounded like they were expecting VP to want to, you know, when they run this carry Abaddon, to sort of end the game quick. If you're going the Radiance build, does that necessarily say to you that they're in some sort of a rush, or does that sort of say, hey, that VP's actually got plans to take this game elsewhere?
I guess they might have plans to take it elsewhere. Or maybe he feels like he's going to have an absolutely free lane on the Abaddon, as it is going to start opening up to that. They push the Earthshaker and Viper pretty effectively out of the lane.
Sure.
Just feels like he's going to get free farm.
Sure, and I guess, you know...
I think with like the other 4 heroes that he does have with his team, they're going to be the ones like really running at stuff too.
Okay.
And Morphling is going to be sitting back farming, so I think maybe he feels like... Back farm? I said back farm? Not sure. I haven't seen the carry Abaddon too. I think I've seen it once, so I'm not sure. I saw the mid one where he went to the, like, I think he went Manta, just with silences and stuff like that, but I can't remember.
Radiant structures are
That'll be interesting to see. Yeah, because I guess, yeah, that's the thing about Radiance, right? It either is designed that's going to allow you to scale farm up and have impact in the fights, or at the same time, if you do get it that quickly, it is just this item that becomes incredibly hard for the enemy to deal with the damage output from in the fights. Especially if you're this hero that can't quite die. Even though, as we said, there are ways that they can play around the ult, but ultimately, you're going to be quite an unkillable hero, taking out a lot of AoE damage.
Yeah, and you're going to be chakra, you're going to be pumping shields on heroes. The other cool thing about the Abaddon that I thought mid first, Urgon, they do find him. DD on the puck. Yeah. As we were talking about, you can get that advantage. They are able to get him that rune, and they're going to be able to apply pressure pretty decently here with the next replay too. The other thing about the Abaddon that I thought maybe this was the reason is because I saw that shaker where you can ult and shield a teammate if you ever get like good echo slimes too. So there's a lot of fun potential that Nightfall can do as a carry Abaddon. Setting up for him.
Oh, they're going to start making a go on him, man. The 3 of them.
Dire's middle tower.
Something can bring him down. He's got no shield here for a few seconds. The poison stacking up. He's going to fall. No techies. They've got the 3 of them down here. Solo coming in to help out and make sure that they get that kill.
I like that he's getting active early. It's gonna hurt Crystallize a little bit up here. I see him getting constantly blocked by these treants. But I think he's knowing that his contribution top is pretty scary. He has to sit really far back or he's just actually gonna give up a lot of kills. GPK, look at these last hits. Oh my god.
47 last hits. It's as if he's
sort of ball camped as well, but
sure. I mean, that sort of number feels like he's playing against someone in the lane that has summons as well, but it's not the case.
Yeah.
He's just managed to hit that many creeps.
He's gonna really early treads. That's really nice when you're playing versus these squishier heroes, which I see a lot of squishy ones for a puck. He can go the right click build pretty nicely.
Lovely rune as well, Reject. I mean, you can keep spamming those spells and keep farming at the incredible pace he is so far.
And I'm seeing this man, the solar bind on poor Malik. Viper off lane, look at his move speed. So he's 109 move speed when he gets hit once by the Abaddon, and now puck rotation. Okay, sets it up.
Run the puck.
That's pretty scary. The Viper, you know, they pick the Viper off lane into the Coddle, and the fact that solar bind actually just makes the hero just stop moving completely.
I mean, solar bind in certain combos, it's such a nightmare to lane. If you don't have any sort of ability spells and they've got any sort of additional magic damage, or also, you know, one of these heroes that's just going to be right-clicking it down, it just feels impossible to lane against at a certain point.
And it's like Viper, you're supposed to have corrosive, so you're a little bit tankier. Oh, it's just gone.
Yep.
No, magic resistance is just completely gone because of that. And it's only 60 mana. So I mean, you know, a little bit low as you don't really have much mana to actually spend up a Coddle anymore. With Chakra being free and all this amazingness. Hero just feels a little too strong maybe, but stacks being cleaned up here. Some deep aggressive wards with no techies. They'll be able to watch this, and DP, they're just gonna chill and farm. You know, as you know, this Earthshaker line can be a bit tough to make work in the early game. These heroes do require some farm to be able to actually get off the Abaddon. Already DP coming out with a chunk of a lead.
Yeah, do you like this as well from GPK with the start he's had? He said, I'm just going to get the Veil of Discord as soon as possible to, you know, so he can just amp up the potential of his rotations. I mean, there's going to be a lot of magic damage. I mean, already we know, you know, Nature's Prophet, those early Nature's Wrath, they hurt. If Puck's making a move and pops the debuff down, they're going to get blown up. Top lane, talking about the Prophet, Solo, he's able to find him, sets up for Aegon to come in with the Doom, and they'll be able to take down TM.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Can't quite get him in the cogs. Goes to apply pressure on mid though. And yeah, the Veil, I like it. It gives them, they might be lacking a little bit of damage in the mid game because their damage is just telegraphed from their spells, but that makes it, you know, that extra bit for the NP and the puck and even the Abaddon shield, even Clockwork. Everything is magic damage. Yeah, that's pretty nice, actually. I like it.
The pressure on mid. Coming in to hold on to this tower if they want to. It's really rather low though. DM coming in as well. This is undefendable. They're going to have to let this one go. So VP getting a good timing here on the tier 1 mid. 8.5 minutes in.
And that's going to be a pretty tough story for no techies for the next several minutes. Well, defending these tier 1s, they don't have deep push. It has to actually be Malik with the Nether Toxin to slow stuff down. Besides that, they literally have like a fissure. It's quite underwhelming. And the push is going to come from VP with these heroes. Like Puck, Nature's Prophet, they're really going to start forcing these towers. We're going to see the next rotation very early on, 2 and 2 from GK. With this Veil build, definitely could see him go top or even bottom if Viper does show up far. They have a lot of different moves.
Yeah, these moves are certainly making it feel like that, you know, no techies, they don't have many options when it comes to slowing down this Abaddon. Nightfall, he's absolutely getting all the space in the world to farm up this Relic Radiance.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gonna be caught in the cogs. Coral drop down as well. TP's coming over. Crystallize do anything about this? He can't. As they'll lose the Doom. Solo comes in with the start, just a stun. Opening onto GPK. They got enough burst to take him out. Fish is out, but GPK is able to jump down the side with the orb. He's away. Not enough damage between the 3 of them, and down bottom, Nightfall and DM will also manage to kill off Malik.
Things are starting to crumble pretty quickly already. We're seeing just the mobility. VP, they're just making moves on so many different fronts, and Panel talked about it. A very immobile draft on the side of no techies is already starting to get punished from that. Both supports have to be there to try to help the Morphling, to try to get a kill, and they still can't. They don't have the damage between the 3 of them, and they get the kill bottom, and they're pressuring tower. All these moves from VP are starting to just overwhelm no techies.
Oh, we saw there quite a nice little number. 100 last hits on GPK as he reached the 10-minute mark. I don't think we see many heroes hit that sort of number at 10 minutes nowadays.
No, and what he had, he stacked his own small camp, I saw. Coddle stacked his medium camp, and he stacked one of his own medium camps. And besides that, I think it was just him actually just farming the lane. So that's very impressive. Top solo, he shows his face. Mobility that we're talking about. Quick moves around the map with VP.
Oh,
easy kill.
Yeah, you can feel it. It's just getting a little too much, it feels, for no techies here. 5k lead. Well, they do manage to get Nightfall bottom. I mean, they have to. They've got to slow him down. So many things are getting out of hand. They can't allow this Abaddon to get a good timing on the Radiance.
But Owen, that was Echo Slam, Doom, and Viper Strike. And they can't even transition into a tower push because Coddle just goes bottom. Attack. He'll blast it once or twice, and that's going to stop the push completely. They're at least having Crystallized hit mid, but...
And they're bringing in GPK.
Oh, they had to use so much.
He's got the core ready to go. He's ready to fight. He's jumping in onto Airgop. Can't quite burst the Doom down. They'll settle for Zayas instead.
And save. He might actually go down here. He will.
See that?
Alec. Self.
Got anything to stop this? They don't. But as you say, tower defended. They'll lose 1 for 1. Just limiting the opportunities for no techies to get any sort of objective in this early game.
Touch the tower. Like, the tower took 49 damage with that aggressive move they made with 3 ultis. That is extremely concerning. And they don't really have good tower pressure on their team at all. It's the Morphling who wants to hit them, and Morphling needs a lot of time in this game. Their whole lineup really feels like it does. Quite greedy. VP really taking advantage of that.
I'm gonna pretty much get another tower. We'll see Solo and Malik coming with the defense.
But now they see Malik bottom. They can like pick and choose anything they want. Now they're like, all right, Viper ported down bottom. He can't go anywhere for 30 seconds. He's extremely immobile, and they have the most mobile heroes. Coddle able to recall people, and PTPs, Puck running around. Look, they smoke and run directly top because they know the heroes that are set up bottom can't make it up top. So they're gonna outnumber them here. It's gonna be Ergon. He's spotted.
Safe.
He's looking pretty dead.
He's got the setup. And he just melts to this sort of magic burst at this stage with the amp up.
And look at VP. It's 5 heroes. All in the enemy jungle instantly. No techies can't react to that. And yeah, the magic damage amp up. The Veil plus even the Solar Bind, making a hero even like Doom look quite squishy.
Just 1k away, having that Radiant. Seeing that, new
Radiant's
record
bottom
on the
tower
bot's
is
timing
under
for
attack.
GPK. No surprises. Seeing how well he's playing his game so far, he's so rich. I mean, it's almost as if the net worth that he has is what you'd expect from the Doom. If the Doom was having a really good game, you know, you're used to sort of seeing the Dooms come out of mid with insane farm, but it's GPK doing it this game on the puck.
Yeah, he's
Dire's top
GPK's
tower
beast.
is
He has
under
literally
attack.
over 10 CS a minute. Insane. You don't get those numbers when you're not playing like a Battle Fury
Radiant's
carry or something
bottom
like that. It's
tower is
GPK
under
mid.
attack.
They see Ergon again.
Dire's
Coil's ready if
top
he needs
tower
it.
is under attack.
They're actually tanking up through it for now.
And they've got the backup, Solo. Trying to get the catch on a GPK, but he's out. And he's away. They'll keep Airgon safe. They won't get a catch onto any of VP.
No Techies was ready for that one too. They actually had the heroes right behind him, and Ergon, he'll be able to stand away. Now they're going to smoke. That Coil is down, Wrath is down, and Hookshot's down. They have their Doom available. Can they catch the big target? Can they find Nightfall?
Do it. No, the Hex dropping down the Doom. They got any break? Yes, they have. The break's down and trying to burst him. They'll get it. Slams out. They'll get the kills. Now they'll see if they can get GPK as well. TM starting to clean up a bit in response, though. He's taken down the two of them. GPK trying to jump over towards Airgon. Not going to be able to quite find him, and he's ticking down low. Yeah,
Still alive.
it's not enough to kill him. GPK will live. But a solid fight there from No Techies. Getting the Doom down and leading into that position where, with the Abaddon broken, no chance for the ult to automatically go off.
Yeah, they're having to commit every single ult on him, really, though. Again, they echoed the Doom, the Viper Strike, everything, but it was with the Viper coming in and finally getting that break off we see.
Just in time. Solo able to hold the finger, also sets it off onto the clock, make sure that they've got the burst to take down the two of them.
Yeah, maybe DM making the treants there was a little a little counterproductive for his teammates as he caused the Echo to do quite a bit more damage. But not too bad, because the thing is still, the location of the fight for No Techies is not a great spot. It's in their jungle. They're not able to push out the lanes into a good spot to actually hit a tower, so it's just a fight where they get like a decent kind of trade in, where I don't think VP minds this at all still. Where they do have Radiance, I believe, coming out on the courier. So they're gonna keep kicking up the pace, keep looking for these smoke plays. GPK has a Blink Dagger now too, so he can get into the back lines easier onto the puck and onto the line and Earthshaker. Will prove problematic for No Techies.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Crystallize. We get some space down here. We'll be able to clean up a tier 1 tower with No Techies.
Dire's top tower is under
He
attack.
needs this Manta so
Radiant's
badly. It feels the
bottom
fight though
tower
into
is
the double
falling.
silences, the Orchid and the puck now.
Dire's
Feels like it's gonna be
top
really
tower
difficult
is
for him
falling.
to actually battle if his team doesn't get good initiations like they did last time. Like if his team, the line and the Earthshaker, can somehow find avenues to get those initiations, then the Morphling can show up the fights. But pre-Blink Dagger, these situations are just very unlikely for No Techies. At least they almost have it. Zaya
close.
is about 200 away. And he's actually farming down here? Oh my, there's no way he lives here.
This is a risky place. Yeah, they're dropping the coil down onto him.
He's 30 short.
He is going to get knocked back about another 100 there from his Blink Dagger. I mean, I guess he just felt he was so close. He was like, I'm going to get it. But the reality was that he was basically a creep short gold.
If he didn't miss that first creep with his enchant totem, he would
Did
have
he miss one of the CS? Oh, there you go.
When I first saw
Yeah, if he'd got them all, he would have had it.
Solo is trying to find these wards. I keep seeing him placing these sentries, but the wards are placed in pretty clever position. One deep in the enemy side. Save, uses that ward to his advantage, trying to find a wrap on Ergon. Find the angle.
Nice one, straight through the creep wave. Onto Airgon. And Airgon, is he able to get away? He's not. They've got the silence out this time. We'd have the slam dropped. Onto kind of nothing. And at a point where he was just about to get the blink, and now he's dead again. He's got back more gold. Zayat's game, as you said, was so important at this point. There was the real opportunity to come back in with a solid hit. He's just died twice. Blink Dagger being postponed the 2 times. And he's also without an echo, even if he does get it, for the next 2 minutes.
Oh, that's brutal. And they even used the finger. They tried to just like assassinate the Coddle, but Kingstar wasn't even close to dying. Now bottom crystallized. He doesn't have the Manta still. Do they have enough silence for him? And that will at least get him that Manta style finish up for no techie. So at least he's got that timing. Starting to fall pretty far behind. The Manta, the BKB, and the Blink timing will be their best time to fight for quite some time, as they are very close to all three. Ergon, about 1,000 away. Blink is online.
Well, we're going to see the Misty S down here. Did he miss one? He got what? He got that one. He got the range. He got that one. And he needed that one. Oh.
But he couldn't. I mean, it's...
I mean, mate, if he had that one, he would have had it. He would have had the...
It's too tough. He started getting gone on. He got scared. But now, you're right. Like, Blink Dagger's up, but no Echo, no Finger. They've got Doom available, so they're looking for something. This is before Ergon has BKB as well, so the initiation's still not super easy for them by any means. You can just get silenced and chain controlled from these VP heroes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Backing up, finishing a couple items, and it is going to be the Manta after the Radiance, the natural build-up for the Abaddon.
All right.
To get those silence procs and also just Radiance with Illusion. Be great. Especially versus those Blink Dagger heroes, you could just run them.
Dire's bottom
No, it's interesting to see that approach still, I guess, on some of these Radiance heroes. It's one of those things, right, where when Radiance did initially get nerfed on illusions, that I feel like that when it happened, people were like, well, that's not ever going to be good again. But what sort of brought it back? Is it just the fact that it still does something and something good enough?
It's a double benefit for Abaddon because he can proc his curse. You know, you get the two swings from your illusions and you just get to silence someone. Like it's quite nice. And just the chase potential with the right clicker. An actual right clicking Abaddon. Like he's level 15 now. It's important to point out. He has the talent. Look at his damage. His right clicks are actually extremely significant if he's able to stick up targets. 260 damage on Abaddon.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I imagine that's what he's going to be using it for the most, right? Just in the fights to quickly lock down a target.
You just keep it, you just like split them up and just stick them on the Morphling and more faster. Like, he's like, oh god, I have to kill these illusions.
Yeah.
But they have Radiance, so I can't hit them properly. They have to nuke them or something.
That's nice.
It can cause problems.
Are fortified.
Keep pushing the lanes out, getting up to a sweet, comfortable advantage of 8,000 gold. About to be finishing up their BKBs on the Nature's Prophet.
With flair.
So, like, might find this.
Oh, we will.
He's got the setup. And Wazar's coming in. They should have the damage for this. Oh, he's got to throw out the finger quick. Because GPK is coming in from the side. DM is still alive. He's going to be able to push himself out to the side with a sprout. And he's away. He's actually away. Oh. Oh, no. Poor old no techies. They were so close.
GPK just comes out and saves his buddy. Oh, my God. And the sprout push out.
Is under attack.
All right. VP on fire today. 14 to 6.
Look at that.
Not even losing their national.
It was so close to having it. You know, Solo, he knows GPK is coming, so he's got to throw out that finger, get the burst down as much as he can. And they couldn't quite finish him with the right clicks alone and a
Radiant's courage.
Cute little push to the side. But the Sprout gets him out of there.
My God, it's back in the game. Kingslayer, he'll be found out in the jungle. Quick Fisher kill
Dire's
onto
bottom
him.
tower is under attack.
And eyes on Crystallize really to be able to carry this game. So Earthshaker, Morphling, still going to be an element that might actually hit its timing at a decent point. Halfway to that.
Yeah, and it is going to be that heavy big bit of punch that you need against the carry Abaddon in that sort of small window that if you do find him as a team, Hex, broken, if you can get in with that punch, you know, physical burst from the Morph and the hard-hitting finger of the Lion, they've got a significant amount of damage that they can unleash in that window.
Yeah, he does have to be cautious though. There is two elements that will trip him up in the fights. Coil, one of the biggest ones obviously, because he can't jump around once he does get that Agonist, and also just the Abaddon, you know, the Manta. If he just gets silenced up a couple of times, you know, these illusions, they also just trip you up, even if you are trying to hop and skip around as inertia. VP. Maybe take a fight here. They have a Lincoln's now on the pot.
On a chase to save. Over to the side, they come up with the Dream Core down to the mistake. He wins the hook shot. They're going to see Crystallize try and turn. They've got the Doom down onto Nightfall. as they're chasing out the Abaddon. Crystallize will turn stage it over towards DM as Airgon trying to stay on top of Nightfall, but he hasn't got the damage to finish him off. Jump off for Zeiss. Come over the Echo Slam, but the DM BKB's already out. He pops it, stands his ground as the Prophet beats back into Zeiss. It's a dieback from the two of them. As Zeiss and Solo, they get sent straight back out of the fight just as quickly as they fought back to return to it. Malik also going down. Crystallize being chased right up to the base. Yeah, they're not allowed to use the shard whilst using this set. Which I guess that's the baller move. You know, DM said, you know, I know, but I don't care. I'm going to play Prophet anyway. I don't need the shard to win this game. I'm just going to win it old school.
They truly don't.
Yeah.
As we saw in those last few fights, VP just, I mean, they're looking real good. They are looking real hot. I love the way that they're fading, and no technique is kind of falling flat. You know, the two supports are really struggling this game. Solo and Zayat a couple times now, just unable to even get spells off. That Echo Slam. It hit nothing effectively. He tried to catch the pop, but I think he got like phase shifted, or it was just one-man Echo. BKB from DM was and now Roche, clear avenue. Really, for VP, looking quite impossible for 1 second. They've got all this itemization on VP, just so much gold on everybody. GPK a monster in this game. 907, 250 last year. Still keeping up 10 CS per minute. He's even getting a celebratory dagger. He's starting to feel it.
Oh.
But hey, versus Morphling, Daggons are always valuable, especially when you have this type of spell lamp. When you have Coddle, the Solar Bind, when you have your, you know, your Veil and everything too. Hey, sure, why not?
Regeneration.
Sorry, did you mention this as well from Nightfall getting the Echo set?
Oh no, I didn't.
I like this because this is, you know, you do the math, right? 1 hit from each of the illusions, 2 hits from you. What does that make, Pog?
That's pretty nice. That is a proc.
Makes 4 hits. That's instant. Basically, as quick as instant as you can get. You know, this is going to allow you to Manta instantly proc on the 4 hits there. So some nice maths here from Nightfall. Checks out.
And some nice new sound effects. I think is that the new Curse of Avernus sound?
Wait, there's a new sound?
You just went, I don't know what the hell that was.
Oh, okay. No, that was the sound of like the hits coming. Okay. Oh, and people are just dying now. It's getting a little messy. It's getting a little messy.
All the side lanes that are being pushed in, they're trying desperately to find anything because they can't take fights. They know that they just have no hope of.
But here we go.
They have the Ags on the Morph.
Here we go. Let's see what they can do with it.
Level 2 totem.
Crystallize has been playing a clean game. You know, he's 0-0-1. He's been playing it solid. He's not dying.
That's true.
How many points do we have in the enchant totem?
It's only 2 points in it. Pretty underleveled. And he's not quite level 18 on Morph either, so it's not permanent upside either. Nice. They're gonna start getting confined in their base. The gold lead is really gonna start getting out of control.
Honestly, there might even be clutch opportunities in this fight anyway, whilst the enchant totem's not quite there to just have a secondary hex or nether toxin right there to try and kill Nightfall.
Maybe. They're just gonna need some big disaster from VP, really. Like, VP has to throw these fights super hard. Because even with like Lincoln, I don't even know how they get the right Doom targets now. It's like Nightfall with this age is just gonna park himself in the front and the rest is just gonna back.
There we go. Taking out those towers nice and quickly here. Tier 3 getting very low. It's gone. Trying to stop from Solo, taking a... Woo.
Oh my god, he almost dead.
Nature's Wrath and a Dagon has to walk it back to base.
They'll show some respect though. Oh, the reaction that does come out, they'll back up. Let's farm going, get themselves so many items. DM close to AC. Everyone's just picking up their next item to go up this push. No techies, they're not really getting much else on the map. You know, Aragon, he has his Blink, he has his Fleet KB, he has the War Stomp, but he is so fragile. That's 2, 5, and 4.
Whoa!
That's VP. Look at this. They even see Aragon top for a second. Just immediately looking for the setup. Can they...
Ooh, that was close. That was very close. That must have been the millisecond after he was out there.
VP are killers. You know, this is just a very bloodthirsty VP this, well, my morning, I guess, and their afternoon.
Killers whenever. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that was close. That was there gone. He's out. He's away. We've got level 18 now. Crystallize. We got any more points on the totem yet? No, he hasn't managed to find any more levels
Not
here.
quite. No.
I feel you probably want to get Zayats in on some solo action somehow. I know it's hard. You're inside the base, but
You want the shard. I mean, that's the most important thing,
That's
really.
true.
Get the shard,
Yeah.
and then you can. But he just can't get anything. Like, he's just standing near the Morphling snapping experience. Can't think CS with them. Well and truly confined in their base with DP farming up a storm everywhere. Everyone's finishing up these next items. Path to victory. BKB now for the Abaddon. Well, even harder for them to set up and go for these break plays. Now you can just BKB inside of it. They have to perfectly line up all of their disables.
let's see. Yeah.
Oh, Zayat's 11.
They're trying to
Level
get
3
out.
totem.
Oh, risky.
Level 3.
Can't do anything full with the combo.
No. The supports aren't showing. That's what I've been watching from VP like the whole game. They're just hiding amongst trees. They're not really showing themselves in lanes. It's only been the cores really who have shown themselves. So it's this constant threat. This I'm sure it's like no time is trapped in their base, but they can't even get like a return kill of some support split pushing. They're playing it perfect.
Oh, he's in. Saves over with the hook shot. He's found Solo. They'll take him out. They're looking towards Crystallize. Crystallize trying to stand his ground here, but he's being foiled by GPK. He's going to snap it. They're trying to force him back to base. He's not going to be able to make it out.
The cogs.
As they'll call it. They'll actually call it there. They know that they're very far behind. And yeah, they had to sort of have a perfect game from there on out for Crystallize to have a chance to fight back, but that